Hello, I'm Amber Irwin, co-founder of Social Speak Network. Today we're going to dive into a digital marketing strategy for a family practice. So number one, be a resource. It's really important to make sure that you are sharing valuable content that your patients and potential patients want to know about. And this can be through social media, blogging, and curated content. When you're using social media to be a resource, you want to make sure that you are sharing different kinds of content. Think of what your patients are into, what questions they're asking. If they're asking you questions, about the pandemic, about kids with COVID, answer those questions. You can do that through creating an image on Canva and then writing content around it. You can do it by a quick little 5-minute video answering some questions that your patients have been asking. Utilizing social media to be in front of your audience. And with social media, some ideas, so we mentioned videos. Also talk about patient stories. Ask your patients if they're willing to share their story, if they've been coming to you for one condition and they are healing and getting better and they want to share that story, or maybe they brought their child into your family practice with something and you helped them. Get those patient stories. How have you been able to change their lives and get them back to the life they had before they had come into your office? The other one is being able to highlight your employees and your staff, your nurses, your front desk, your doctors. And I think that this is really a turning point for family practice marketing, because when your patients, especially now with telehealth, they want to know who they're going to see, and they want to know if they're coming into the office that they're going to be safe, and especially during these times, reiterating to them that you are taking the right protocols to make sure that they remain safe and you and your staff remain safe. And so talking about who do they see at the front desk? Who are they? Do they have kids? Do they have pets? Who are the nurses? What are the doctors? Highlight somebody every week. And you can do that again just by making a little collage of images, maybe just one of them at the front desk, one of them in their family or their pets. What do they like to do outside of work? And allow those relationships to really start being built by highlighting them on social media. You could also have them do a quick 1-minute video. Hi, I'm so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And it's great. Like, this is a great way to utilize social media to really highlight what you guys are, or what you guys do, and who you are. The other part of being a good resource is having a blog. Blogging is so important. And again, as a family practice, you can cover so many different topics if you just listen to your patients. What are they dealing with? And you could have different categories for your blog to be a resource. Once you have that written blog post on your website, that's social media content that you can then share. Your video or your blog post can also be a video. And so think about if it's easier for you to sit in front of your computer and record a blog, you can also get a transcription ordered of that video, so you have the written content and the video content. We do this a lot for ourselves and also our clients, because you're killing two birds with one stone. It makes so much sense. If you're not naturally a writer, or you simply don't have the time, and if you are not hiring a digital marketing agency like ours, sometimes it's just easier to sit down in front of the computer, record, and get it done with. You don't even have to use the video. You can just use the transcription if you want to. So under being a resource, social media, blogging. Third one is curated content. This is sharing content from sources that you know, like, and trust. So this can be, if you are looking at WebMD, this can be the CDC website with all of the new information that's coming out on COVID, maybe talking about the vaccines if your area is one of the areas that's providing them, or you have news tips. Being able to provide information outside of your original content. This can also be local news. So you are, as a family practice, in this geographical area that maybe you may reach 25-mile radius. So you want to show that you are involved in the community. So you may want to highlight if there are new things in your area that are opening or fun, safe family activities to do on the weekends, just letting your audience know that you're a resource. The second big tip for your digital marketing strategy is being found online. Now, this is really important. We've talked about this a few times, making sure that you have claimed your directory listings. This can be your WebMD listing, your vitals, your health grades, Google My Business. Also, just making sure your social media links are all updated, that you have one account per social media platform, and also making sure that your website content is updated as well, and that contact information is correct. Sometimes, we change a phone number or we change something that we forget to then update it everywhere. And especially if you don't utilize that social platform as much, and especially Google My Business. If you're not using that and you haven't updated it, make sure you take a look and do your due diligence of making sure everything that's reflecting your practice is updated online. This also ties into your SEO strategy, making sure you have a strong website presence and that you do have a strong SEO team that's building that back end, because your audience is going to Google, they're searching. And so you want to make sure that you are pulling up for those keywords. Number 3, the big next digital marketing strategy is email marketing. Email marketing is not dead. This is still a great way to stay top of mind with your current patients, because again, they may not come in as on a regular checkup. They just may come in if something's wrong, but you can keep them up to date with things that are outside of what you're posting on social media. You can do an exclusive doctor interview or FAQ video and put that just in your newsletter. You can also have an email sign up on your newsletter, maybe even offer, depending on the season, you could offer a freebie for them to download. Maybe top 5 remedies for allergy season, or how 10 healthy snacks for kids age 5 and over, something along those lines, where your audience wants to sign up. They get that freebie. You're collecting those names and emails. These can be, if you're giving away a freebie, this could be a lead generation, which we'll get into, but you're collecting those names and emails for them to go onto your email list. You have a consistent plan of sending them a monthly newsletter, and then they say, oh, I need a new physician. I know where to go. I get their newsletters. I love them. I feel like I already know them. And in the door they come. So email marketing is really important. 4th digital marketing strategy tip is your website. So it is really, really important that you make sure you have a user-friendly, up-to-date website. It is 2021. And in 2020, we learned a lot with the pandemic, and making sure that we had the telehealth implemented into your strategy, that your website is, your patients can go on there and book an appointment, whether they come in or it's a telehealth consultation. There's a patient portal, so it's easy for them to use, to go in, and they feel safe to type in all of their information. It's a secure site, that it's HIPAA compliant. And especially, you may still have, in your patient portal, the new client paperwork. It could still have an option to be printed if you have the older demographics that may not be tech savvy to fill that out online. But being able to have the option to fill it out online, or they can print it and bring it in to you. So have your website looked over by a website expert. See how you can improve your site, making sure you have your blog on there, your social media, your about us, you're highlighting your doctors, you have a strong back end with SEO, and that when patients come to the site, they understand where to go. That is key. A lot of times, and if you're monitoring your website traffic with Google Analytics, if your bounce rate is really high, over 80%, that means people are coming to your site and leaving quickly because they're not finding what they need. with Google Analytics, you can also monitor where people are coming from, but also how long are they spending on your website? Are they reading the blog? Are they looking at, your if you treat certain conditions and each condition has a page, what page are they staying on and where are they going? Making sure that you do have a contact us area and that you monitor that. Patients may be putting in information there, and if you don't have that right system in place to know where those emails are going, you could be missing out on not only your current patients and building that relationship with them, but potential patients as well. So just doing that website overview and making sure that is up to date is huge. And number 5 for our digital marketing strategy tips is lead generation. So everything that we've talked about has really been organic. Social media, you're creating the content, you're creating the videos, unless you pay for a digital marketing agency to do that, all of these things are things you're going to be doing in-house for organic reach. One way to increase and step up your game from your efforts is doing some paid advertising on Facebook and on Google AdWords. Google AdWords are great for that search engine optimization. So as you do your keyword analysis, then you would make sure that you're ranking for those keywords. So when somebody types in, family physician near me, your ads would show up. Your Google My Business listings would show up. So making sure you have that strong Google AdWord campaign running, and also Facebook ads. Again, that kind of goes back to number 3 of email marketing. If you have that freebie, we call that a lead generation tool. That's something that we can create a landing page for. We can promote on social media, and we're going to collect names and emails of people that are interested in that freebie. Then we're allowed to market towards them, and they're able to they see, oh, they're a family physician, this is what they do, and they get the freebie, and we stay top of mind with them. With Facebook ads, it's also important to run a like campaign to make sure that you're reaching more people in your demographic, that and especially in your geographical location, because again, if you have multiple practices, you want a campaign running for each practice or each area, because you want to make sure that you're reaching those people within a 25-mile radius. And so lead generation is a really important piece. I wouldn't start there if you don't have these other things in place first. Lead generation is kind of the cherry on top, and you want to make sure you have built that foundation and all these other things are working together before you start your lead generation. If you need help creating and implementing this digital marketing strategy for your family practice, we are here to help you. You can go to socialspeaknetwork.com, click free consultation, and book a free 30-minute consultation. Thanks, guys.